Hello there.
Okay, to all the people who commented saying that I needed to try the Movie Duels 2 mod for Jedi Academy, all I can say is this. Thank you so much. This has been some of the most just sheer unadulterated fun I've had with a game in a long while. I was really just kind of walking into this mod thinking, oh yeah, a couple fun fights with Darth Vader and a couple quick battles with some other characters should be good for a few hours of fun. But dude, I have already sunk so many hours into this, and I don't even want to stop yet. I had to actually force myself to take a break just to work on this video in the first place. I mean, this mod is just so much fun. Or maybe I shouldn't even call it a mod, because this is just straight up its own game at this point. Now, for those of you who don't know, back when Disney shut down LucasArts and cut multiple future Star Wars games, someone at Raven, the creators of Jedi Outcast and Academy, accidentally leaked the source code to their games, making it so modders have had the ability to create and do some insane things in order to both keep the Jedi Knight series multiplayer alive, as well as create all new experiences for others to enjoy. Of these new experiences, 2 mods keep coming up in the comments of my Jedi Academy retrospective video I did, with Movie Duels being one of them. The concept of this mod seemed simple to me at first, but I figured I'm at least obligated to try it, especially considering I just did a 2-hour-long video on Jedi Academy, and I was absolutely shocked to see what greeted me. I mean, this is a AAA quality intro screen right here, going through all the movies, well, at least the ones that matter. However, despite it only showing the original saga on the opening screen, this game really does not play any favorites here and has content from both Legends and Disney in it. Now, there is a lot of content here, so to try and not be completely overwhelmed, we'll go ahead and start with what I think everyone is actually here for, and that is its mission mode. Okay, first off, awesome UI here, showing off almost all the eras of Star Wars with the appropriate John Williams tracks just blaring in the background. That I of course can't easily show you in this video due to copyright reasons. On a quick note, this mod does allow you to select different tracks anytime while playing, and they have a massive selection here, from some of the games like Knights of the Old Republic and Republic Commando, to the movies and shows, just an excellent selection to set the mood for any cinematic moment. Back to the missions mode, most of the best moments are already here, like Duel of the Fates, Anakin vs. Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan vs. Vader, Vader vs. Luke, etc. But they've also included some really interesting ones, like Maul vs. Obi-Wan from Rebels, as well as the training scene from the Obi-Wan show. Not every moment is currently in the game, however, this mod is still in active development despite it being for an over 20-year-old game, which really just goes to show how great of a game Academy is that people still want to create things in it even now. For the large amount of scenes they do have, they have gone all out, not just in recreating the arenas, but also even the cutscenes.
They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness.
They are still coming through. This is impossible!
Now, this alone would make the game worth playing through. Just fighting the duels we've watched 1,000 times over on the big screen is enough for me to say yes. But they didn't stop there. For each of these duels, there are light and dark side options for who to play as, and for many of these missions, they have actually created their own alternative endings if you play as the dark side. Some of them just really gruesome. I mean, finding out about these endings made me want to go back and play through almost all of them to see which ones changed. Now, of all the ones I played, one of my favorites had to be the Vader vs. Obi-Wan fight from Episode 4. If you play as Obi-Wan, you will fight Vader, and after the cutscene of Vader killing you, you play as Luke, needing to blast the door shut before running aboard the Falcon. Now already, this is a lot of fun. However, if you play as Vader, you'll be given the option after fighting Obi-Wan to either cut him down, or to refuse to follow the dark side and turn off your lightsaber, getting you this unique cutscene.
No.
You must do what you feel is right, of course.
Move along.
You have forgotten your place, Lord Vader. You have betrayed me. Now you will be destroyed.
Not only does it give you a new cutscene, but even a new fight against the Emperor himself, where after fighting him, he crushes Vader before just electrocuting him to death. It's crazy.
You will die. You had such promise. You could have been my successor, my equal. But now...
Surprisingly, the missions don't just end with the duels themselves, and even moments in the movies not shown have their own levels that are very well designed. I mean, cutting your way through the Jedi Temple is great, and I got to admit, it is strangely fun force-choking Jedi as your 501st troopers just gun them down in the air. Many of these levels have their own unique cutscenes and gimmicks to face, while at the same time expanding on a lot of the existing scenes. Like, did you ever wonder what happened after this scene in the movie?
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Well, now you can find out firsthand. To be honest, many of these levels might be even more fun to play through at times just because of all the interesting things they have actually added to it. But what if you think that marching down the Tantive 4 as Vader seems too played out? Well, thanks to the character select screen, you can change into whatever character you like. Turn yourself into a stormtrooper and act out the dream of leading a squad through an enemy ship slaughtering rebels. Or just get weird with it and have Admiral Akbar help save Han from Jabba's palace. Or how about create an alternate timeline where the one and only Coleman Trebor survives Jango Fett and joins the rebellion to eventually fight Vader in the second Death Star? I mean, with this mod, the possibilities are just near endless. Not only can you spawn in and turn into whatever character you like, but they just have so many options from all the movies, many of the games, some of the books. I mean, just look at all this stuff. It's nuts. They even have different skins, so you can be Obi-Wan from the original 2003 Clone Wars show, or even any iteration of Kyle Katarn. Again, this is just filled with such stupid fun. I mean, it's so enjoyable doing stuff like turning passive and just spawning in a bunch of younglings to fight Anakin on Mustafar. Now, you might have noticed by this point that the gameplay seems somewhat different than Outcast or Academy, and you would be correct. Though you can set the game to the combat system of Academy if you like, the new system created here, though strange at first, offers something really unique. You still have many of the same moves with how you swing your saber, however it's slightly slower to accommodate the new blocking mechanic. Blocking is now done somewhat manually, with you holding a button to activate it. It will block most attacks like this naturally, but you can stun and occasionally disarm your opponents by moving the saber in the direction of the strike. It might seem kind of strange, but once you get used to it, it becomes a lot of fun, making the fights way more thoughtful and engaging. Sometimes reminding me of the more methodical fights of the original trilogy, while still allowing some pizzazz at moments like the prequels had. This also applies to blocking blaster fire. You will naturally block some fire without manually activating it, however it massively drains your force to do so, causing you to lose your saber and to get easily gunned down, which happened to me quite a lot before I realized how the system actually worked. While holding down the block button, however, you can bounce the blaster shots back at your opponents quite well, and with the damage increase blasters seem to have been given here, it's pretty effective. They have also included new lightsaber stances that go more with each character. The default stance is available to everyone, but certain characters will have light and heavy stances like in Academy, but they've also added other stances to resemble the different lightsaber forms there are in lore. Most of the movement is still pretty much Academy's outside of a couple small changes like sprint, but again, if all these changes are not something you care for, you can always just play through it all with Academy's combat system instead, and it would still be a blast to play.
I'm going to put you two in separate courses. When you're ready, Jaden, go through that door. Rosh, follow me.
Now, something I didn't expect going into this is that you are actually able to replay through all of Outcast and Academy's campaigns with all the updated features here. Heck, you can turn yourself into a clone trooper and run through the levels blasting away, or fly around as Boba Fett, burning Reborn alive with his flamethrower. Not to mention, the new combat system applies to the campaigns as well, making replaying them feel that much better. But it's not just the gameplay that's been affected by this mod. Even the menus between missions have changed, with you now sitting in your starfighter selecting each new mission. And the weapon select screen has also been updated, with many more weapons from all the eras being added to it for you to choose from. And again, all the options from the main missions mode apply here too. So if you like the crew from Rogue One to join you on a mission, or have Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon watching your back, you can spawn them in any mission you like. Now, even though you can only play through Outcast and Academy's campaigns, they do have a separate mode that has some of the biggest duels from the other games as well. Currently it has Dark Forces 2, and even some of the duels from the Force Unleashed games, which was really surprising to see. On top of all of this, there are even a few custom fights made in the extra sections of the mod, like Luke vs Darth Maul for example. They even have a whole special challenge mode you can play that has all sorts of different gimmicks in it too. I think my favorite of these extra modes was probably the arena, where you fight random enemies each set until eventually fighting a boss. Something about the randomized nature of it all is just so much fun, and I spent way too much time here. In the comments of my Jedi Academy retrospective, I saw someone say, "Movie Duels is a mod made by the fans for the fans." And I 100% see why they said that. The freedom this mod allows you is just something that you don't see anymore. Most creators now want you to just experience the game their way, but here they just give you a bunch of fun content and then give you the tools to enjoy it however you like. The reality is that modern game companies could really learn a thing or two from mods like this. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said there's 2 mods that kept getting recommended to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you'll be happy to know I do plan on making a video on that second mod sometime soon. And if you think you know which mod I'm talking about, please take a guess in the comments section below. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit shorter than some of my other videos I do here on the channel, but don't worry, we will be getting back to doing the multi-hour long retrospectives after I finish up with a few things here in the Jedi Knight series. I have a new series picked out, ready to go, so stay tuned because I think you're really going to like this one. Now, again, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure of course you like, subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, you can always check out the entire Jedi Academy full retrospective I did over here to my left, or whatever YouTube's recommending over here to my right. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon. Peace.